Fell ridiculously head over heels in love with this sewing machine cabinet. I'm Michelle, this is my romantic tangle, and this is the first thing I saw when I stepped into the thrift store. The finish on the wood is just so much nicer than I'm used to seeing on sewing machine cabinets. Obviously, its owner took good care of it. And the drawers and the stool and the amount of workspace that you have when those table tops are out. I love this. And for $80, that is a heck of an alternative to some of the new cabinets available today. This is the yellow Tupperware that I grew up with. We had the shorter set, and Mom used them for flour and sugar, and I don't think salt, because I don't think we ever had salt in those quantities. I don't know why I'm drawn to pressure cookers. I know how to use a pressure cooker safely. I took a very long course, and I could if I wanted to, except for using my Instant Pot now and then. For the most part, I don't want to. If you ever buy one of these, replace the gasket, get that pressure gauge checked, and I think they would be safe to use. Your county extension office probably has a program where they check them over and not certify them, but give you a thumbs up that they're not going to kill you. I thought with the dates around this plate that it was going to be something wonderful and commemorative, and nope, it's just more Y2K merch. But how much of this is out there? One of my kids was born in 2000, so I keep thinking I'm going to find a wonderful piece that I need to bring home for him. This wasn't it. We hit the point where the Y2K stuff is vintage because that's a little bit scary. I like the older commemorative stuff better. There is still vintage lurking in the thrift shops if you're patient and you look, and just because it's there and it's vintage, it might not be your style. I do not need a punch bowl and cups. If I needed a punch bowl and cups, I would have bought that milk glass set from a couple of weeks ago, but why do they draw me? I can't figure out what the story behind this mouse is, because he looks like maybe he's going to be cooking something or doesn't want to do the dishes, or I don't know. It was a gift in that looks like 1974. And then this castle. If someday when I have that gallery wall I'm never going to have, this is the sort of thing I would put on it. They had a whole box full of yards and yards of lace, and I had to remind myself that I have lace at home. I have not used it yet, and until I do use some of it, I really probably don't have any business buying anymore unless it is super duper cheap at an estate sale. When's the last time you saw erasable typing paper? I'd forgotten that was a thing. A very nice set of knitted needles for someone who knits with straights. My daughter had some of these and they really are great, and those are going to get their own video. I keep seeing these old wood trimmed couches. I have not seen this fabric before, and I really like it in the light color. Not as much as I like the darker versions, I don't think, but I like it. I can't read that on my screen. It was labeled really oddly, like early century sofa. I don't think they understand when that was made. Compared to the newer furniture, I'm starting to see why I love the quirky old mid-century stuff. Because the newer stuff is just depressing. There's another chair here that caught my eye. For whatever reason, I am drawn to the gold velvet. We had a couple of gold velvet chairs when I was growing up, so I don't know if I like the style or if it's just more childhood nostalgia. I stopped back at the other thrift store to see if that wooden covered scrapbook was still there. It was not, which is a shame because I figured out what I would love to do with it. The fabric one was still there, and so was this one. And then another store had all the vintage needlepoint. I was hoping that there would be dates on the back because they look old rather than new. There was the couple And then there were these two long framed pieces with the birds that looked in opposite directions so that they would face each other. And then there was Bambi. I'm pretty sure Bambi is needlepoint. Is there a date in the corner of that? Nope, that's just a flower. And then there was this toll painted piece. I don't know why. Again, one of those images that fascinates me are the old rows of mailboxes. I gotta ask Mom if she ever painted one of those. Let me know if you saw anything you think you should have bought. I left the stores empty handed. I'm Michelle. I'll be back with you more